Blip Hop, as it is represented here, is a form of music created at the end of the 20th century, primarily by Northern Europeans. For centuries, these people have lived in a cold, damp climate where the winters are long and gray. The social democratic governments take care of their needs, leaving the people with many hours of free time to spend with their computers, electronic devices, and binary hierarchy trees. As a result, they have in recent years devised radical new programming languages, and were the first people, as early as the late 50s, to enjoy art and music made entirely by machines. The geography and climate of Northern Europe has historically necessitated the development of unusual personal mental stamina and perseverance. Qualities evolved, no doubt, in order to survive the harsh months in the isolated villages and hamlets of that region. The long and dark winters favored a people who could look inward for months at a time and not go crazy. It would also favor intense social cooperation, rules and sets of elaborate prescribed behaviors, all designed to maintain the delicate social balance during those long, difficult months. This led to the evolution of a rather extreme but focused frame of mind. Order and thought became their companions and allies. Never comfortable with their bodies due to years of wearing bulky warm clothes and infrequent social interaction, the Northern Europeans have developed elaborate rituals in order to facilitate the physical contact craved by all human beings. The football match and the disco have become the foremost among these. Disco developed in the middle part of the last century, and typically, discos encourage dancing for the most part without physical contact. Dancing that implies and insinuates the possibility of fantastic sex later at a more private location. Pleasure deferred. This is a comforting and familiar mode of social and even spiritual interaction for the Northern Europeans. It was therefore in this region that the mechanically produced beats of Giorgio Moroder and Kraftwerk were created and eventually went on to gain worldwide acceptance. From the innovations of these early pioneers evolved what we now refer to as Blip Hop, the work of Pole, Dr. Rocket, to Rococo Rot, Mouse on Mars, Tarwater, Trinio, and others. The use of almost exclusively non-natural sounds could be said to be an identifying feature of this music. Other electronic-based dance music styles made attempts to emulate and imitate the sounds of acoustic instruments, of drums, and percussion especially, often using samples of acoustic instruments as their foundation. However, in this music, there is a conscious denial of anything resembling acoustic natural sounds. This music has part of its roots, but not its sound, in dance music. Much of this music simultaneously and willfully also seems to deny the physical. It is often difficult, if not impossible, to dance to it. Not that it has no rhythms, it has lots of rhythms. But they are often rhythms that do not relate to the body, to the human anatomy. They are rhythms that inspire one to twitch, to oscillate and to vibrate, rather than to sway and swing. It is an asexual sexuality, possibly closer to the dance of single-celled organisms. In other words, the original source, the raison d'être, of the music has been removed, and we are left with just a beautiful shell. The shape of a shell is a memory of the animal that produced it, but that animal has long since vanished. Oh yes, did I say that the music is beautiful? It is. In its own self-defined universe, it is eminently listenable and beautiful. This beauty is the seductress that draws one into this joyous mechanical universe, makes the introductions and invites one to linger. It is also a vision of a future that is severe, squiggly, and only semi-serious.